One strike and you're out. Having infringed or challenged or undermined the narcissist's grandiosity in any way, shape or form, privately or in public, you're out. You're out because the harm you've done, the damage you've inflicted are irreversible, and therefore, by definition, unforgettable, unforgivable, morally wrong. And the narcissist has an obligation, an ethical obligation, to restore the moral balance of the entire universe, in effect. It's a cosmic task, a cosmic assignment. It involves, of course, restorative justice, equity, reparations, restitution, making amends. The narcissist wishes to see the transgressor, wishes to witness the transgressor humiliated, confessing, begging, crying, supplicating. So there needs to be a symbolic but yet conspicuous and ostentatious and totally visible act of remorse and regret on behalf of the transgressor. The transgressor needs to offer restitution, reparations and amends, only to be rejected by the narcissist, because the narcissist is not interested in restitution. The narcissist is interested in retribution. But still, it's great fun to witness your enemy kowtowing, begging, supplicating, crying, and so on. It's fun. It's the fun part. It's the grandiosity reconstruction part. All this leads to punitive vengeance. The narcissist's vengeance has less to do with the transgressor than with the narcissist himself. The narcissist wishes to avenge himself, wishes to punish the other party, not in order to accomplish any change in the other party, or to educate the other party, or to bring about a new constellation in which the other party won't be able to transgress again, or to reform and educate the other party, or any of these altruistic, noble-sounding words or attitudes. No way. The narcissist seeks vengeance and revenge, wants to avenge himself for one reason only. He wants to prove himself vindicated. It's about self-vindication. I've always been right. I've always been in the right. I've always been the moral party. I've always sought justice. I've always acted well and okay and according to standards. I have done nothing wrong. It is the other party's punishment. It is the other party's suffering that proves me right, that proves me just, that proves me moral. It is a form, of course, of reasserting control over a situation that is perceived as out of control. The narcissist creates a shared fantasy and introduces other people into the shared fantasy. Friends, family, spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends, his own children, colleagues, bosses, everyone is somehow embedded and incorporated and assigned roles within a shared fantasy. And it's a script. It's a script. It's rigid. One has to adhere to the script. And the outcome is the narcissist's movie of his life. When someone confronts the narcissist, criticizes the narcissist, disagrees with him, humiliates the narcissist, mocks the narcissist, ridicules the narcissist, exposes the narcissist, that's a breach, a violation. That's ripping the script apart. That's ignoring the shared fantasy. That's ruining the movie. It's unforgivable. And the narcissist has a panic attack. He reacts with an extreme anxiety known as panic. And he tries to reassert control. He tries to reestablish the set, the movie set. He tries to reintroduce the actors into their appropriate location in the script, appropriate role in the script, he tries to reimpose the script somehow. The grudge is a control and manipulation strategy. It's an instrument, it's a tool, guaranteeing that other people would not stray, would toe the line, would obey, would be submissive, would observe the narcissist's demands, would fulfill or meet the narcissist's expectations, because they don't want to be subjected to the narcissist's vengeful fury within his grudge. Of course, one of the main roles of grudges is deterrence. The idea of a grudge is to induce behavior modification in the offender, in the perpetrator, in the transgressor. Holding a grudge is like saying, I expect you to change your behavior, otherwise I will never forgive you. That's a grudge. So there's an element of deterrence, there's an element of education, a missionary element of education, and there's an element of behavior modification. In a typical healthy grudge, which usually self-expires, there's an expiry date, is self-limiting, is a shelf life. But with a narcissist, the grudge is infinite. It never goes away. The narcissist never forgives. He keeps revisiting his own humiliation and shaming, his own sense of injury, including moral injury. He keeps revisiting it. He keeps ruminating. He keeps obsessing. So there's not much deterrence accomplished. And the narcissist is totally not interested in the alleged perpetrator or offender's behavior and its modification. It's not external, I keep explaining to you. The narcissist's grudge is not external. The narcissist's grudge doesn't even have to do with reputation, although there is a component, a reputational component in the narcissist's grudge. A typical grudge, a grudge with a healthy person, has to do with the reputational costs of forgiving. When you forgive, you may appear weak and vulnerable to others, and then they may misunderstand and think that you are ready and available prey. You attract predators. By forgiving, you attract predators. So it's much better to maintain a grudge, thereby enhancing or sustaining your reputation and deterring other potential predators, other potential offenders and perpetrators, and so on. The narcissist is interested in this component of reputation in as much and in as far as it is an integral element of his grandiosity, but not otherwise. Because the narcissist is incapable of perceiving other people as external objects, the narcissist doesn't really care about his or her reputation. The narcissist wants to be known, wants to be famous, wants to be celebrated and adulated and admired and so on. But all these have nothing to do with reputation. Reputation is about dignity, self-respect, integrity. Narcissists don't do these things. They don't manage reputations. They don't care about reputational costs, but they do care about appearing weak, appearing vulnerable. They want to appear strong. They want to be feared, or they want to be respected, or they want to be both feared and respected. So grudge in the case of the narcissist is less about other people and more about himself. It's a form of impression management. He wants to impress people with his inability to forgive and to forget. Don't screw with me, because I never forgive and I never forget. It's kind of a mafia thing, an immature mafia thing. Mafias are generally immature. There's a lot of infantilism among organized crime.